An abandoned building in the suburbs of Bangkok. But look closely and there are signs of recent life. Since COVID struck, homelessness has been a growing problem in Bangkok, with unemployment rising and the economy entering a prolonged downturn. RUNGSAK has been living here for some time, scraping a living selling empty bottles and other rubbish. Even his narrow margins have now been cut in half.
This is a very difficult time for me. I'm collecting less scrap to sell, and the price of recycling material has gone down. I used to make around $12 a day, but now I'm lucky to make half of that.
And this is an increasingly common sight in Thailand. People queuing for daily handouts of food. The government promised that economic recovery was on its way, but since the end of Thailand's COVID isolation, things only seem to be getting worse.
The whole COVID situation is not really improving, but the government isn't facing the truth. More people lost their jobs. More people are ending up on the street and becoming homeless. People who have no choice when they don't have money to pay for their essentials and have no safety net and no welfare.
Despite the fact that vaccinated visitors can now return, few are actually doing so. That's bad news because tourism is such an important employer and income generator. Here on Bangkok's celebrated Khao San Road, there are still relatively few backpackers, and despite lifting quarantine conditions, it's expected that visitor levels next year will still be well below those before COVID. The government, already facing criticism for its slow vaccine rollout, is putting on a brave face. It's predicted moderate growth and a swift recovery to pre-COVID economic levels, but the indicators seem to be pointing in the other direction.
Household debt is rising, oil price is rising, inflation is getting more of a concern, and interest rates are about to rise. I think lots of uncertainties in 2022.
Bangkok's famous nightlife will remain shuttered for the rest of the year. Even when the bars and clubs are allowed to reopen in January 2022, many will remain closed for good. Right now, there isn't much to celebrate. Tony Cheng, Al Jazeera, Bangkok.